I just got access to creative AI agent that replaced my whole Claude code setup. That is for real. One Claude agent with 50 plus skills related to content creation and more. All necessary APIs already available, access to any LLM and more. I'm talking about Higgsfield Supercomputer. And this time, guys, this is really worth it. I did quite a lot of tests and I have something to tell you. Moreover, we're gonna compare pricing, whether it actually outperforms Claude code setup and how much it costs. And I'm gonna show you real cases how you can start using this today. So what is this? This is basically a Claude AI agent, similar to Claude code that you can run with plenty of connectors and plenty of skills. That's very important. So let's take a look on the connectors. Pretty much anything that you ever use might be connected here. For me in particular, it covers everything that I use, like Notion, like YouTube Analytics, like Telegram, Docs, anything else like Discord probably. I don't really use anything else. For skills, it's even better. And we're gonna test some of them and they're really good. And guys, I'm gonna share with you one skill of mine. I'm gonna show you how I actually automated character creation. So here you can see in my skills, the pre-install skills, like what you can find, like quite a lot. It's like you can edit the video, you can access Notion, you can do UGC videos, UGC flow, you can do creative cinematics, like plenty of things. And they actually work. I also tried uploading my own skill and they also work. So we're gonna actually start from them. There's also community skills, like you can actually search for more. And there is so-called memory thing, which is also cool, that basically collects some memory over the time they use it and you can control it. Like very, very nice. Now you might say this is another AI agent, like there's plenty of them. And that's true, there is plenty of them. As a YouTuber, I swear I received like 2-3 inquiry to sponsor some unknown AI agents. But in this one, there's a catch. This AI agent seamlessly integrated with a lot of APIs such as any image generation, any video generation, sound generation, music generation, like editing, can execute scripts and stuff. You can imagine it as an open claw for creators, which it is. And since I deal with a lot of content, a lot of ideas, and I have to prepare a lot of materials, I know this thing and I cannot live without agents. Particularly, I do have a Claude setup. Here you can see it on the screen and here's what it does, right? I mean, like there's quite a lot. I was building it for a while. So there are some skills, some inbox, some stuff, like I use Claude code through the terminal because I always use bypass permission stuff. I hate like to always like approve the action, and I'm not working with something dangerous here. It's like a content. I give it like API keys to some services. So basically I'm big user of full AI basically just to remove the headache. There are also like scripts that can run that full AIs. Always have to check if they work, if the endpoint is updated. I mean, the Claude is smart enough to do that, but that's always the time. And I spent quite a while to do this setup and it works. So here's what I can get. I can set a task and say like, do me a research, go check the YouTube channels and stuff. And there's a lot of scripts and it's capable to go like brainstorm some ideas. So here you can see it creates me like cards like this, and I can like go and say, okay, this one I like, this one let's edit and stuff. But that took me so much time. And then I see Higgsfield. So I was very skeptical, not gonna lie. So I do my best favorite test. I want to create character shit because I was dreaming like to automate that process. I have to do that quite a lot because of my YouTube tutorials. So what I did, I actually just dropped the whole skill files here in the chat and say install the skill. And to my surprise, it installed the skill and was able to manage, and it gave it the proper name and also added to my skills. And the first thing, I didn't have to reload it because it's Claude already, right? And here's the complete test. I say make a character reference pack for the character in a pose. So it does exactly what I asked in one run. And it uses the image models that I asked. And I don't have to specify scripts or anything. Look, I just said like for images, I really prefer Nano Banana Pro. Here's the Nano Banana Pro. And for character shit, I really like to use ChatGPT Image 2. That works way better. I don't know why. Then again, that described in my skill, I tell it to ask me about the parts. So it defines this part. I say like, I need just like 5 parts, but I need more. Here you can see what I prompted, nothing more, like, right? All cards on the table, and it created everything. Look, the thing is, I did not specify anything but image generation model. I will actually share that skill, guys. The link will be in the description if you want to play around with it. It's super convenient. Like, I really use it like this way. So it created me all the stuff, and also it says like, okay, now it's time to create a multi-view. I don't need multi-view for all the parts. I say like only head and body, and this like perfect head and body generated with models that I asked Nano Banana Pro, right? So absolutely sick. And then it also gave me a 360 turntable using seedance. You see the result, right? There was no retry, there was nothing else, no prompting. I just say like a B. I mean, of course I'm using my skill and it just does this sequence, but the thing is, the same skill to make it work in my Claude setup, I spent quite a while. Again, you need to connect Foley AI APIs. Like for each API call, you need to specify settings. You need to teach your Claude setup about the settings like seedance use, the settings about Nano Banana Pro use. I mean, this is the first time I actually get excited about it. And to be honest, this is how I envision the evolution of these agents. Cloud doesn't mean bad, right? There are pros and cons. Again, like if you work for FBI, you probably need it like local on your GPU, and like, yeah, you're gonna pay less, except that the price of the GPU, right? Which is always growing. But for the cloud is that like you can go and pay, let's say $10 and get access and do the thing, right? On my Claude setup, again, this is still a very good one. I do a lot with this because it learned a lot about me, because I used it quite a while, but I pay almost same thing, like even more, because again, like Claude, go through it, etc, and takes way longer. My Claude to generate images also use Foley AI API, and I'm gonna pay for each image. And on Supercomputer, it just seems more reasonable, right? So you can just like pay like $1 and get this character shit, which you're gonna pay like probably more using APIs and stuff, like few different APIs. Less talking, let's go into more examples. I did like complete tests of one more case. I do tutorials about how to create game levels and stuff. This is like one of the video coming soon. You guys got the spoiler. Here's my process. Like you usually need to find something really appealing, something really cool, interesting. So I got this to reference, and this is like a concept reference, but I like the styling vibe. So usually this text, I never actually type it. So I use my headset, and I do have a whisper, and I click on the hotkey and say like, hey, let's do that, right? And then I click again, and yeah, so here you see, like it actually captures the text. No secrets here. I really do like that all the time. So here, all the text that you see is basically was dictated. Now, it was so cool. It actually gave me like this quiz, sort of like asking question. I was just answering some stuff. Do you have like the answer option? And then it started to generate. So it takes some time. It analyzes, and I actually did the same thing exactly in my Claude setup. Here's how it looked. I had to specify more. I don't know, like because like I actually used the same exact prompt. Maybe because here I use Claude, and here I actually tested GPT 5.5 Pro. I do not have like $200 subscription to GPT, so I tested it here, and I don't know, maybe that's the difference, but that pretty much gave me like similar direction. But here it was way easier, because on my end, like I have to go through tabs, through files, like to collect them. Here you can see it, all assets from the right side, right? And you go one by one. I provided feedback, okay, like it gave me some stuff. I say like, okay, I like this. I just basically select the one that I like, add to chat, and say, okay, now I like this one, here I like that one, and let's go. So we're gonna remove that. I already did that. So you can see, like I'm gonna slowly show. If you want to check, like just pause it, one more iteration. But I mean, that was so nice. I mean, I was not distracted by anything else but creating stuff. And guess what? I actually did it, right? So yes, there are iterations. Like this process, the creative process, is difficult. Whoever will say the opposite, I don't believe them, because like creating something worthy still requires quite a lot of, you know, creative effort, energy, the spark. Very difficult for me to create. I'm a technical guy. Like I can't execute fast, again, especially with AI. That's what I tell a lot in my videos. And I was actually like doing some stuff in the parallel, and I just getting back like, oh, see the result, providing the feedback, coming back once again. And here you can see the whole results that I was going through. My idea was to get something contrast, interesting, and I think this one of the final concept, looks sick. Imagine like this is a location where you can run. It's a secret a little bit, like, so yeah, I'm gonna create that. And I didn't need it to install anything, guys, but drop the image and start. There's much more you can do. For example, it has like quite a lot of things installed, like a web search, web fetch, etc., that you might struggle to do on your end with the permission, and that's less secure, to be honest. Like, so here the security is not your problem. So, you know, like I recently launched the course about 3D AI, and if you didn't heard of it, like the link will be in description, guys. We put so much effort, and here's the character, by the way, that we created. So what I did, like you can see the prompt. I say like use UGC flow, that's the skill, and the samurai fox. By the way, what is the elements, right? This is basically the Higgsfield thing. I guess like you can, it's sort of like you memorizing some characters, location or props that you reuse. So this one I created in a separate chat, right? So it's like my character, and also actually a supercomputer created that for me when I just sent like my website, right? So I said, look the website, check it out, and create me the character spreadsheet. Like this was created by chat in like almost one go, and then it saved it to elements for later use. So you just give it a name like Samurai Folks in my case, fine. And then I say like, let's create a video. So here we go. It asked it the length. You can see all the stuff, confirm the results. It was very short prompt, not a lot of guidance, and yeah, you can see the results. The beginning is a little bit crazy, but the rest is not that bad. Like, and it even used some images from the website. Like, how cool is that? And take a look on my course, guys. Also, all of these elements, as I said, like you can pretty much create through the chat, right? So like create Dojo Court. I was about to create this element so I can reuse it in the next cinematic stuff. I'm gonna show it to you soon. So, but yeah, so you can see the process, right? It uses some skills, creating some stuff, and then save it as an element, and then we can go to elements, to location, and here's this Dojo Courtyard. So here's the first example that I did with less guidance, and I'm gonna show you the next one because this was feeling so cool that I decided to give it one more try, and that is very rare, like with my limited time. So here's the prompt you see, right? The Samurai Folks and Dojo Court, that's like elements that I'm referring. The prompt was also created with AI, you might guess. Already you can preview what's happening. Like then it created 3 shots, and then I just said, why you not montage it, right? And it's like combine it all together, and then we have the final one. So let's just look on the final one. Simple animation, but very nice frames. I mean, you can definitely use it in the edit, like for some promotion stuff, etc. But yeah, that one is simple, I agree. Let me show you the next one, which is way cooler. So here I use the skill called creative ideation. Yeah, you can see all what's happening here. Like, so the idea was to set up like in some mountains, mist, etc. So I wanted to start with the location first, do some shots. And here you can see like it gave me like quite a lot of options. I tried one skill. This skill was not opening. So the tool is new. So it's not every single thing is working. I don't know like what I was expecting, but like should be showing like the camera angles and stuff. This one was not working. So but I skipped it and I decided like go myself. So here are the shots, and some of them were actually exactly as I wanted, especially this one. Like look how cool it looks. Wow, absolutely. And the stairs to the forest, cool. Now the final prompt, okay, wide, medium, like pretty much the similar prompts to that one, but with more specific frames because I already generated them. Cinematic flow, Samurai Folks, blah 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 blah. And here we go with the results. I mean, some imperfections that I actually addressed, like this one, the style is like different, like anime style, like you know, like this low FPS, but that's not what I want. I wanted like sort of this one, also very good one. Yeah, I basically said like the style of this one is different, and it gave me the updated version. I don't know how it does it, but yeah. And then I asked it to montage it. Here we go. No, I think like, especially from this moment, it like looks very cool. Yeah. This can be like a cinematic for a game. I don't know, like this look so freaking cool, guys. And as you can see, like it's so easy to reuse elements that you created the Samurai Folks once, and that really make difference, right? And that's really convenient. You can technically build up the same system in your own Claude Code setup, like whatever setup and stuff. But Claude Code is a greatest tool. I use it and I gonna continue to use it, especially for coding. That's, I don't know, irreplaceable thing. But for content creation, I was really struggling to do that. So we're gonna compare prices for the thing later. And for me, it actually making sense because it's removes so much headache, and you can put your energy in the right direction rather than installing this all, etc. And I'm actually a proficient user. What happens like to those who just want to try? Here I also tried like a little bit to play with our Top 3D AI mascot. Like this girl is from Top 3D AI, and I just played around to do some explainer
your videos. It was actually not that bad, but definitely needs more guidance in more elements to show the more accurate. But genuinely it was quite good. And of course, guys, you can use it for creating this viral TikTok dance video swaps, blah blah blah. Not really interesting in that, but yeah, here with the same mascot girls, of course, we tried like to make her dance, and not bad actually. Like, so it uses like the dance provided, like the environments. So yeah, I'm not asking for like, but she deserves a like, definitely. Okay, let's talk about prices, fair and honest. So here we do have the agent that has any recent Claude model, it has recent Google model, and it has GPT 5.5 Pro model, which is only available on subscription plan, costs like $100 or $200. I'm not using that right now. I have like only $20 ChatGPT subscription. I never actually tried it, and this seems actually very good. So this alone is already huge, and under the hood we can access Seed Dance 2, we can access any generation model available on Full AI, right? Also available on Higgsfield, right? Which is like ChatGPT Image 2, Nano Banana Pro, Nano Banana 2, whatever. Like I don't really use anything else because those are the best. So how much it cost me when I use it like in my Claude setup? So first of all, the Claude subscription, because I use it quite a lot, is like $200. Then for Full AI API, I pay around $200 to $300 a month, depending on how much I created. Like that goes for images, and I can do quite a lot of iterations, so that's not cheap, right? There can be like, so one pass, like to create one concept from A to Z, like with plenty of images. Again, like the speed is very important for me because like there's a lot of projects I'm involved in, so I'm probably overpaying. The same results you can get just on a banana that you can get for free. So like, again, like for free there are options, you can run it locally, but I really appreciate speed, so guess I'm overpaying. So one full cycle of generation can cost me up like $4 or $5 just in full credits, and there might be other APIs that I use together, so I have to pay for them separately. Now Higgsfield Supercomputer has it this way, right? So we do have different plans that gives like different amount of credits. So we do have like Plus, Ultra, and I can't say they look cheap, but again, this is for Gen AI, which is quite expensive if you want to get it like on a decent level. But this 3,000 credits, I would even say like my usage, it will be 9,000 credits easy. So for all that my test at one pass, I calculated it was maybe like 100 credits with all iteration, which again like cost pretty much the same per my calculations, right? If 100 credit costs like $5 together with the Claude subscription and the OpenAI subscription that I use sometimes, so that's pretty much this, right? So per my calculation, it actually makes sense to use it here to save money from what I actually spend right now. And I spend, as I said, like around $500. But again, my case is definitely unique. If you do not have budget, there are plenty of ways to do that. Like it's not a banana in AI Studio, like different tools scatter it. And I do have like a guide on my channel, like how to do all of that for free together with 3D. But if you guys do have $10 to $30, $50 and you just want to focus on creation, this is the tool. I mean, this is really one of the best tools I tested in a while, because the last 3 months in my Claude setup, I was basically building the same, and now like, okay, now there's basically Higgsfield Supercomputer that does everything that I was building like for 3 months, and it's probably more economically efficient. Wow. And sad to admit, it actually works better. Alright guys, that was honest review from me. I really want to know what you guys think it. If you already tested it, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.